We'll do a bunch of stuff. I love that tune.
Good evening and welcome to Field Talk. I'm Field, also known as Field Bears, here to remind you that socialism always ends in starvation and genocide. Better? Sorry. I'm just going to fill some tea to this extremely handsome mug available at the link in the description, and it is superior in every way to the ugly mug. Now, my educational background is a lot of independent reading, apart from the normal public nonsense. But that's alright. I think you might find me slightly less uneducated than you would expect. Alright, so welcome to Field Talk number 52. We will be talking on narrative and narration. Alright, so as humans, we kind of understand the world through stories, through a beginning, middle, event. We understand how things work through narration, through characterization, which is why we tend to give inanimate objects or forces in the universe personifications, which is where the Greek gods came from, where like the spirit of nature comes from, or Mother Earth, or all sorts of other things like that. Lady Justice, even. And since we really understand things best through stories, that's how we relate information to each other. Or it's why we tell Eric, you know where babies come from. They come from the factory. We understand the world through story, and we relate the world through story. We can tell each other that we can state facts, but we can't really state it without an iteration of the verb to be. because we perceive the world as a place where things are acting and acted upon. And since that is the case, that's the way we describe the world around us to each other. Hello, Pinder, and hello, Eric Nimmer. I wonder if you're still walking around in your undershirt like some kind of heathen. If you say so, Eric. And it's why when we look at things happening in the world, we identify characters. For example, some of you may be aware of what happened at the most recent UFC event in Las Vegas. And see, I'm already describing a story to you. I'm already describing an event. Now, so far as and here are the characters: Conor McGregor and Khabib. Conor McGregor and Khabib have apparently got quite a lot of bad blood between them, to such a degree where McGregor, oh hi Goose, where Conor McGregor attacked Khabib's tour bus with a hand truck or dolly. It was completely out of line. And then this was before the fight. But then they did have their fight in the octagon, on the mat, in the ring. That sacred stage of fighting. And McGregor got submitted out. He got tapped out. And after he had won, after he had won, Khabib heard some words from one of Conor McGregor's friends in the crowd, and he jumped over the ring of the octagon and attacked him. And then actors from Conor McGregor's side jumped toward him. Conor attempted to jump over the fence of the octagon as well. Hello, Big Riggin Bear. And more people from Khabib's side attacked Conor McGregor as well. And so what I've told you is a story. I didn't relate to you who hit people where. I didn't count the number of bruises. I didn't show you pictures of the cuts. I didn't show you anything else. All I've done is tell you a story. All I've done is tell you what I understand about it. Now, I could present it in a little bit of a different way. I could present this story this way. I could say that, how would I go? Conor McGregor, the true son of Ireland, saw the heathen Khabib and his bus, and he made him answer for his words with a hand truck and the card he just left. And though Conor fought valiantly in the ring, he ended up being tapped out. And once Khabib had attained his victory, that wasn't enough for him. So he jumped over the fence of the octagon, and he attacked one of McGregor's fans. What about lads? And if I frame it that way, as if I'm someone from McGregor's camp, it looks a whole lot different to you. It looks like Khabib is 100% in the wrong. He's 100% in the wrong for doing basically what I portrayed McGregor as being 100% in the right for doing earlier. And that is the power of narration. The narrator sets the narrative. And I could set it from the other side as well. After being viciously attacked, unprovoked, by Conor McGregor while he was minding his own business inside of his tour bus, Khabib managed to tap out Conor McGregor in the octagon in honorable combat. And then, as he was standing there basking in his victory, someone hurled vile insults at the crowd, causing him causing his warrior heart to be stirred and causing him to leap over the fence in order to avenge his honor. See, now it's McGregor who's the jerk. Now it's Habib who's the hero. So far as I'm concerned, both Habib and McGregor acted in ways that entirely disgraced martial arts, disgraced sportsmanship, and both of them should never fight in the octagon again. The Earth isn't a curved surface, it's a cube. It's a cube. Get woke. Cube hashtag Cube Earth. And so with this generally apolitical story, I've managed to set up three completely different narratives with the same characters and the same events. Oh, shucks. I'll just, for a sec, turn off my camera so you guys can deal with that. But think about how this very same process can be done. This very same process can be done in in a more sinister way in the political arena. So we've got, let's say, the president has a rally in Ohio, and he says something to he mentions General Lee and his phenomenal ability to command an army, which, let's be fair, General Lee was a fantastic commander, especially at the time. But what he actually goes on to do is talk about how General Ulysses S. Grant was able to overcome that, and how Lincoln trusted him even though other people were telling him that he wasn't the guy. But Lincoln knew that Grant would be able to deliver. He didn't care about the periphery surrounding him. He didn't care about the bad reputation. All he cared about was the results. Now, the fake news media decided to use this as an opportunity to say that Trump likes the Confederates. But that, as we know, is completely unfair, because we was actually talking about Grant and what a superior general he was. What? Okay, Eric. What questions do I need to be asking? We already know that the Earth is a cube. Hashtag get woke. Hashtag cube Earth. Ugh. Does Earth identify as flat? No. I asked Earth, and Earth told me that Earth identifies as cube Earth. Hashtag get woke. Hashtag cube Earth. Hashtag you're a bigot if you disagree. And don't let that shifty Jew Pinder tell you that it's triangle Earth, because everyone knows it's a cube. It's definitely a cube. Pinder's only trying to trick you to get more gold. Hi, Lily Dilly Dog. Welcome. Been a while since I saw you. Hey, we finished the book. We finished writing the book, guys. Mothers have boobs. Earth is mother, therefore Earth identifies as a Jew. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Oh, or that's because there's a delay between what you guys see and what I see. Or such. All right, Eric. I hope you at least dressed for work this time instead of going in your undershirt like a heathen. Like a heathen. Wear a damn tie. I know you can. Marine showing up to work in his undershirt. Yeah. Oh, talking to us about starch and ironing shit. Oh, done it. I've done it. It's the second time. Talking to us about starch and ironing and calling us y'all a bunch of wrinkly mother effers. But then what's he do? He goes on stream in just an undershirt. Hello, Bear Bear. So what do you guys think about narratives? Same event with completely different narratives. Oh, I guess Erica. Yeah, Erica's allergic to ties since Me Too started. I guess. That's very good. Very good, Big Rig and Bear. Different narratives is just forked programming, you say. That's an interesting way to look at things. Okay, Sarge has been in here. You be good, Sergeant? You be good, Sarge? Really? Are are you a pirate now? No, I wasn't actually talking about the Weinstein Bros. I actually have no clue about the. I have been banned off of the Twatter, so I don't know what's going on the Twatter, guys. So I don't know what the Weinstein Bros were saying about narratives. Oh, great! Now the entire chat is pirates. Do you see what you started, Sarge? It's all your fault. I blame you. And now we have a pirate narrative. So I've noticed that in the fake news media and even in the independent media a lot. Yeah, Big Rig and Bear, I've been banned from the Twitter for ages. We have focused attention. We ignore many things. Yeah, yeah, I do remember that from one of his Maps of Meaning lectures. That's a very good series. By the way, it's just now I've got to take everything with just a bit more salt than I used to when it comes to Peterson. A rat made of pie, Willie. That sounds a bit ew. Rick Astley is an unappreciated genius. See, Big Rig and Bear. I used the Twitter as a healthy outlet for my constant need for conflict. That way, I wouldn't be getting into fights with my dad over who has the better reasons for being right. Like, honestly, my dad and I, we will argue for hours when we actually agree. Hi, Pinder. Like, no joke. I have argued with my father for over 2 hours when we 100% agreed, and we knew we agreed, and what we were arguing about is why we were both correct. And I stand by the fact that my reasons are more correct than his reasons. Yeah, but I don't know a lot of socialists, and Twitter made it easy to find them. Not a clue, Uru Sledge. Not a clue. Well, I'll remind them to hit the button at the end of the stream, Fair Bear. They like to decide at the end whether they liked it or not, and I don't see anything wrong with that really. I think that's a fairly common thing, Dax. A lot of people who have good fathers argue with their fathers, and that's where they learn how to debate. I think because my father, I don't celebrity very much, Uru Sledge. I just do my thing. I don't really care about the celebrities, guys. So, although I will say that what happened, I will say that one thing, the very worst thing about the uh, are you is this a rickroll? Are you rickrolling me, Guru Sledge? I'm probably being rickrolled right now. I'm not seeing anything in the I'm not seeing anything in there. I'll see it again. Oh yeah, Pinder. Yeah, Pinder brings up a point that a lot of fathers and sons just argue with argue for fun. I learned how to debate. I learned how to debate in the living room of my own house, just like what I learned how to play chess there. Hmm. I knew it. Aha! Very funny. You know that's like that would have been a copyright thing though. My mother loves 80s music, so I know it from the very start. I knew you were trolling me. Oh no. Oh, there. What will the Democrats do after the NPC meme? They can't keep crying Russian bot, can they? Now that's actually very interesting. I heard Tim Pool make this point earlier. Is for the past 2 years, the left has been calling everyone a Russian bot. The left has been calling everyone a Russian bot. How is that not dehumanizing, right? How can they cry dehumanization after spending 2 years calling everyone they disagree with? Yeah, no, that wouldn't actually work because then how do you get it out of the ground, huh? You definitely don't miss the jackets with the big shoulder pads in the 80s, Dax. Well, I don't know. Those were kind of fun to see. I like the photographs. Oh, we've got a troll here demanding we answer riddles. I'll see if we can answer them. That might be fun. I'm sorry, Storm. I'm really sorry. But she was. I was born in '91, so of course she liked '80s music. And how do government employees get paid? Taxation. You're talking. You're talking about slavery. Sorry, that doesn't even work. And the only reason why the shiny things have value is because they're subjectively valued. Oh, the troll has no riddles. So I guess we win. Well, yeah, Pender has a second edition copy of the Torah signed by Moses. So, and it says to Pender, my favorite fan. No, I'm Big Rig and Bear. I'm pretty sure that he bought Penders because I had been bugging him to buy Penders privately because Pender keeps on starting new runs. Mine is just available constantly because that's just one of the many ways it's superior to Pender's Ugly Mug. Oh, that's great, Big Rig and Bear. I guess that's the curse of the young to make everyone else feel old, but I'm really just old. No, you're not. You're not older than him because you didn't get to meet Moses, Yukon Bear. You remember when the $6 burger cost less than $6? That's hilarious. Oh, you put yours on continuous so Owen can finally get it. There's spaghetti happening around you. Sounds Italian. Oh, thank you, Very Happy. Yeah, Pender was a really great guest. I look forward to having him on more in the future. And we're going to be having a Steelman this Saturday with one of the Bears. And since I just had Pender on, I think I'd like to have some. I think I'd like to have someone else. That's okay with them. But I'll have Pender on again to Steelman something else. You and Moses went to kindergarten together? I'd say you were in the basket next to Moses on the Nile. You remember a time from before the franchise wars? Before every restaurant was Taco Bell? Wow. You're so old that you remember when a nickel cost a penny. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I love that. Uber Sledger 12? Isn't it past your bedtime? Haha. If I sling enough mugs, I might pick one up, Big Rig and Bear. Moses was a slacker. that's actually that's actually pretty true, according to the Bible as well. not Italian and say Paschetti. Okay. I think I said it. He cheated off you in class. Murdering back. Oh, you're great. You remember when the girls played with Pogs? I remember Pogs. They were cool. I just couldn't get any. Apparently Egyptians raise adopted kids and don't notice a giant honking nose. He probably didn't even have a jollet either. That's a good one. That's a good one, Stormy there. Well, you don't have to be that old to remember when climate change was global warming, Jacob Downey. I remember that. Oh, is that an indictment on Moses as a student or on you as a teacher, Fender? I wonder. I wonder. Maybe you should have taught him karate instead. I know that, Stormy. I know that. I've seen his woolly mammoth tusk. He likes to show it on the calls. You remember when the Earth ended in 2012 from global warming? Oh, the 2012 people, they were hilarious. You notice how all the people who thought that the Mayans were crazy prophetic and the greatest thing ever suddenly dropped off the face of the earth when that event failed to manifest? That was Y2K. That was the turn of the millennium, right? I think. I seem to remember a little bit of hysteria about that in '99. Yeah, space battleship. Storm. That's what Storm is talking about. You saw cave paintings of Pinder. When the ice was melting 15,000 years ago, they were screaming global warming then, and I thought, hey, it's not a bad thing. That's a good one. Oh yeah, year 2K. Yeah, year 2000. Duh. There have been all kinds of things. Your grandparents still have the fridge magnet issued by the government to remind us to prepare for Y2K. Wow. See, the U.S. government told us not to worry about it because everyone who's saying that the end is nigh is stupid, is what our government said. So I don't know. You guys might want to look at your government for being retarded. There's a pastor who keeps changing the Armageddon date, but he still has followers. I think that it's a lot of it is sunken cost fallacy, to where people don't want to admit that they were wrong and they're following a retard. People wonder why you don't like cats. Try litter box training a saber tooth tiger. That's another very good one. And hey, I think I saw. I went to the La Brea Museum and I think I saw some shekels in one of the exhibits. Did you drop some cash? Did you drop some cash? They had a cartoon cockroach educate you about Y2K, and everything was wrong. Oh, that's hilarious. You're so old that you remember Jack. But you losing money. No. Shamrock. Gold, grab your 2 gold. You don't lose money. Ah. Then it must have been somebody else who dropped a shekel. Yes, indeed. Further proof that you cannot in fact trust a cockroach. Say what you want about Julius Caesar, he makes good salad dressing. You know, we've been squirreling for quite a while, dudes. We've managed to get squirreled away from the topic. And I think that so the original topic was about how, yes, we are changing the narrative. The original topic was about narrative and how the narrator sets the narrative. And I think that it's important that when we consume media, especially news media, we need to understand that we're watching a story, we're consuming a story, we're listening to a story, we're reading a story. And we need to treat the reporter, the journalist, the anchor, the pundit as a narrator. And we need to understand that we're not going to get necessarily the full story. And I know that most of you know this already. Face it. Oh, I'll check that out. Big Rig and Bear. I know that most of us know that already. And most of us know this already, but we aren't getting the full story. There's anytime you see something in the news, it's going to be annual feature. Let's check out this Y2K thing. Actually, I'll check it out in a sec. So, anytime you're not getting the full story, pretty much ever. Oh, that says page not found. Sorry, Space Battleship, that says page not found. And even the absolute best journalist will be biased for some information and against other information, just by putting it through the filter of relevance and importance. Well, it took me to AP, but nothing was there. Yeah, it took me to the Associated Press site, and it says page not found. Thank you for visiting apnews.com. The page you are looking for has moved or no longer exists. Look, not everyone gets to have a wrench. And everyone who has a wrench is personally liked by me, and insulting the people who I personally like is not a very good way to obtain a wrench in the future. Just going to put that out there. Well, the other requisite is I've got to feel like giving one. and I'm not very consistent about giving wrenches, but everyone that has a wrench now is someone who I like. And honestly, and someone who comes to my stream regularly. Except for Nimmer, who has a wrench so that Dom can't pick on it. But we can get here. Here. And space, that's a really good way to lose your wrench. The deal is the deal is the deal is the deal is don't abuse your power. That's a really good way. That's a really good way to lose your wrench. Space battleship. Yeah, Uru is in timeout at the moment. I didn't put him there. But Space Battleship is close to losing his wrench. Pretty close. But the one rule is don't abuse your power, guys. That is the one rule. So anyway, you won't be getting the full story. No matter what. It's pretty much impossible to get the full story. But you can look at as many sources as possible. And the very best source is video with as much context as possible. Yeah, very happy. People get wrenches in my chat so that they can post links, and the people I like generally, um, the people I like, I think I can probably trust to not post links to porn. Well, obviously the stream is the most important thing out of that triad, so the children and spaghettis can just suffer. And so, really, guys, really, your wrench abilities are so you can put links in the chat, and so you don't get auto timed out, and you don't get put into the spam. Okay. And if I like you, and if I've been seeing you come around, then chances are you're going to get a wrench if I remember. But if you abuse the other powers that come with the wrench, then that's a really good way for me to feel very disappointed in you and then rescind the wrench that you were given. And see, I don't recognize you, Chiprock Bear. You're the one who was picking on Uru, Space Battleship. You just say that because now you're at risk of losing your wrench. Yeah, no, I know you don't follow through on the impulse, dilly dog, but I was clarifying my reasons, which might diminish your impulse just a little bit. That's very funny. Yes, Goose. I can see who does what on my chat. I can see who does what. And if I go and check the page, I can see it. Yeah, there we go. Developments in history which are sped up cannot be halted anymore by the halted. History takes one by the throat, forces a decision. Down with wrench. The room. You've got a wrench. If it's down with the wrenches, it'll be down with you as well. Well, everyone heard me when I said who did that. And if someone's getting picked on by the mods, then they will definitely end up getting a wrench so that they can't get picked on. Well, this is pretty great. Anyway, this has become just another wrench. Basically, I you guys are really squirrely tonight, and Dom isn't even. Hey, Yukon Bear. Oh, Stormy Bear. I didn't know it showed up on your cat. Interesting. Well, that would be an expensive surgery, guys. Giving Uru a wrench is like getting a kebab from Arabs. I wonder. Did I miss Helen P saying asking what's with all the bears? Thank you, Yukon Bear. One of my favorite shirts. Quite like it quite a bit. Oh, I didn't know it was Mussolini. I thought it might have actually been from the play Faust. Get a picture of what? There? I don't know what you're talking about. Jeez, Jacob. Brutus was a revolutionary. Dilly Dilly Dog has a good point. Very good point. Yeah, I'm not looking at anyone's pictures. I'm just managing OBS. It's got my full screen so that my monitor doesn't blast white at my face. I'm already too white. Try and keep things a little bit dark. Can you even see my blue eyes? Suppose mostly, these glasses are so reflective. When I replace my broken glasses, I think I want to get some anti-glare glasses. See if that helps anything. I had no idea Coddington had a channel. I guess I'll have to check that out. Thanks, guys. Well, you're not going to get me to repeat that. Aha! I am. I'm a good boy. I don't say any of. I'm for all the good things and against all the bad things. YouTube. I didn't say that. That was in my chat. I didn't say it. Really? You got my eye color from a guess. Huh. Very good. That's a very good guess. They're very far from dark brown. In fact, I have a minor form of ocular albinism, by the way. Lucky guess. Very lucky guess. So guys, you are the squirreliest. This has been the squirreliest show. Dom isn't even here. Eric already left. I've got the confidence of a blue-eyed fellow. Ocular albinism. It's where I have a mild. I have the albino gene that presents in my eyes slightly. My eyes are so light blue because they actually lack the normal amount of pigment. Not after I read the lyrics, Lily Dilly Dog. I no longer like the song Behind Blue Eyes. Now it creeps me out. Squirrely, yeah, you're right. It is good from time to time to have a bit of a squirrely show. It seems to work for Pinder in his car streams. Hey, what up, Colton? We have left the topic far behind, and we are now just squirreling. Well, you can refuse to believe that, but it's still creepy. It's just really, really creepy. That I read the lyrics like even before Owen was like, "Wow, this is about pedophiles." I read the lyrics. And I'm like, "Boy, this is kind of weird. I feel kind of squigged out." So I no longer like it. Yeah, he streams from his car once a week. You should subscribe to his channel. Bender, are you still in the chat? Throw yourself up so that people can subscribe to your channel. Oh yeah, from his No, you do it once a week, Pinder. You do one at lunchtime from your car usually. I thought you were going to contest that it was in fact a truck, in which case I would remind you that it's made by Honda. Lyrics can mean anything. The power of suggestion is so incredibly prevalent in how we hear them. Well, they can mean much. There's a lot of room for interpretation in many lyrics, but that doesn't mean that they don't have meaning at all. Because if something can mean anything, then it doesn't mean anything at all in the first place. Oh, Dax, is that Pinder's channel? Thank you very much. I'm sure he'll appreciate that much. That a lot. Yeah, thank you very much, Dax. That was nice of you. It could also be about a contract killer. You're right, Lily Dilly Dog. But it's about someone who's doing something deeply immoral. Like, deeply wrong. And if anyone knew, they would hate him. Honda. If you hit on someone's name, it can take you to the. Yeah, you can click. That's why I asked Pinder to throw himself up in the chat. You can there should be like 3 little dots on the right hand side of his recent chats. You click on that, and then a drop down menu appears, and you can click on or tap on Go to Channel in order to subscribe for really excellent shows. Excellent, almost as good as mine. But he's got his own theme song that he didn't steal from Big Bear, so I guess that would make it slightly better in that one act in that one area. But he does not have as handsome a mug as me. In fact, his mug is rather ugly. To Chiprock Bear's channel. Very cool. Okay, so now that we have had a very, very, very long scroll without even having Dom here, weird, and Eric already left. Weird. So this normally happens when they're here. But before I go, it's about time. I will say this about the UFC situation, the brawl in Vegas. I find it absolutely disgusting for someone to attack someone else's property and damage it outside of the octagon over words. Over bad blood, what Conor McGregor did. And I find it absolutely revolting that anyone, after achieving victory, would then attack someone outside of the octagon. Someone in the crowd. Jump out of the octagon. Violent with their senseless violence. Their I find that completely revolting. And honestly, if I was in charge of the UFC, Conor McGregor and everyone on his team, Habib and everyone on his team, banned fight. It wasn't staged, Space Battleship. Check out Pender's channel. If I was in charge, if I was, I'm sure there is a long backstory, but as I said on your show, you don't bring bad blood into the sport with you, and much less you don't jump out of the octagon or out of the ring to fight someone in the crowd, especially right after you attain victory. So I find the entire fiasco absolutely disgusting. And I presented everything that I know about it. Well, Space Battleship, I'm going to let someone else in here. That was Connor's coach he attacked after he'd already won. I'm going to. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that's what he said, Steve. But after you win, you don't do. It's just like you don't do that. You just don't. It's not that is not the time or the place. No, Space Battleship. I'll let Steve talk to you about that. But if you enjoyed the stream, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more of Field Talk, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want that subscription to mean anything, please hit the bell. If you would like to follow me at the social media places, the links to those are in the description. The best one is Gab. If you would like to support the show, you can go to paypal.me/fieldtalk description if you would like to sow the field. But if you would like to have your own handsome mug, then please go to the link in the description labeled mug. Go to the link in the description labeled mug and purchase one for your very own, and revel in the fact that you now have a mug that is superior to Pinder's Ugly Mug in every way. And as always, have a great night, everyone. Have a great evening, and never forget that socialism always ends in starvation and genocide. Good night, everyone.